a rugby player should have pliable ligaments, so ligaments that are good at stretching, because they would have repeated the exercise, and this would be beneficial to any rugby player because it would help with passing the ball, with stretching your arms or kicking the ball, with the stretching in legs. Moving on to the respiratory system. Increased vital capacity. Vital capacity is the amount of air that can be exhaled after you've fully exhaled, basically. So the bit after that you can. It increases after you've repeated exercise because the working muscles need more oxygen. So the lungs have to give the muscles more oxygen. Also, the higher the intensity of the exercise, the greater the demand for oxygen. This will be an advantage to a rugby player because they can go on for longer periods, they can go on for the whole game without fatiguing, because there's more fuel, the more oxygen that gets to the muscles. Increased strength of respiratory muscles. The respiratory muscles are the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm.
Intercostal,
sorry. The intercostal muscles and the diaphragm. These muscles will increase in strength over a long period of time. This is a benefit because they can breathe in more air for a longer period of time, which means that a player can get more oxygen into the body, so more oxygen can get to the working muscles, so they can go on for the whole game. And less fatigue again. Increase in minute ventilation. Minute ventilation is the amount of air the body breathes in 1 minute. So when playing any sport, when playing rugby, your minute ventilation will increase because you need to get more oxygen in to supply to all of the muscles. And obviously, again, the advantage is that you're getting more oxygen in, so more oxygen can get to the muscle so you can continue for longer periods, again without fatigue. And the last one for a respiratory system is increase in oxygen diffusion rate. Oxygen diffusion is when the oxygen moves from the capillaries to the tissues, like the muscle tissues, and then when the carbon dioxide moves from the cells to the blood. The oxygen diffusion rate increases after a lot of exercise, and that just means that the oxygen can get in and the carbon dioxide can get out quicker. And it's beneficial because, again, the more oxygen that you get in and getting rid of the carbon dioxide means that the muscles can have more oxygen, keep going for longer periods, less likely to fatigue in a game. The cardiovascular system now. Increase in cardiac output. Cardiac output is how much blood is pumped out of the heart in 1 minute. So this will increase during exercise because the heart rate increases, and because the heart rate rises, it's beating more times per minute, and therefore the blood is being pumped more from the heart. It's beneficial to any sportsman because as the stroke volume increases, the heart rate increases, so cardiac output increases, and this means that more oxygen is carried in the blood, because every pump is pumping the oxygen around, so the sportsman can keep going for longer. Cardiac hypertrophy is when the heart increases in size and in blood volume, which basically, because the heart's a muscle, the muscle is getting stronger, so it can pump more blood around better. It's an advantage to a rugby player, for example, because more blood can get to the muscles that need it, so more oxygen's getting to the muscles that need it. It's transported quicker. So they can keep going for longer with more oxygen and blood getting to the muscles. Increase in stroke volume. Stroke volume is the amount of blood pumped from the heart per beat. Stroke volume will increase during exercise, but if a rugby player regularly exercises, then the stroke volume will also increase. It will also increase the blood's flow because blood vessels will also increase, which means more oxygen can be carried around all around the body, and this is an advantage to anybody because they can keep going for longer periods again without fatiguing. Capillarization. Capillaries provide the working muscle with oxygen and take away the carbon dioxide produced. The blood vessels that surround a muscle increase when exercising, which is a result, which will result, in an increase in the blood flow, and this means that more oxygen can be transported all around the body to all of the working muscles. This is a benefit because more waste products like lactic acid and the carbon dioxide that you're trying to get rid of got rid of quicker, basically.
Good.
So, which basically means it will take more for a sportsman to fatigue and get tired. A decrease in resting heart rate. Resting heart rate is just how many times your heart beats per minute when at rest. So the most accurate time to take a resting heart rate would be after getting out of bed, when you've just woken up. Basically, the amount of if your resting heart rate decreases, it means that your heart is working less hard to get the right amount of blood to all of the muscles and places that it needs to go. So